Hi guys, some of you have asked how to apply concealer using your UB brush. I'm going to show you how to do that today and how to get just a little bit of under eye glow using 3 products, your concealer, your UB sponge, and a little bit of setting powder. Let's go. Now, I don't tend to like a lot of crazy highlight under the eye. I like my face to look more or less natural, so I don't go super bright on my concealer. For me, I use, today I'll be using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, which you can see, I'll give you a little swatch kind of against my skin so you can see how bright it is. Right, and there it is. That's about as light as I tend to go, again, because I don't like a lot of brightness. Feel free to go much brighter. This is, I'd say, maybe 2 or 3 shades lighter than my skin tone. Let me wipe that off. So I'm going to take the wand, and the secret here is in how you apply it, right? I think we've all learned kind of the semicircle under the eyes, but if you want some glow, you'll go and actually create not a semicircle, but a triangle under your eye, and it looks a little bit like this. Go in my mirror. Again, you start on the inner corner and you paint down so that the tip of your triangle is pretty much in line with the center of your eye. I'm going to use some more and paint the other side. And then I'm going to kind of just fill it in gently. I like to leave a little bit of space between my eye and where the concealer starts. You can see, forgive my nails, but you can see there's a little bit of space there, and that's because I like to have a little bit of shadow under my eye because it makes your eyes look bigger. If you pull the concealer all the way up to like the bottom of your lashes, your eyes are gonna look really tight and small, and nobody wants that. So we've done one side. I'll quickly do the other side before the first side dries and then I end up looking crazy. Again, the tip goes kind of right there. Again, in line with the middle of your eye. Okay, now I've applied my under eye concealer for highlight purposes. If you want a full look, which sometimes I do, you can apply more concealer kind of right here to your cupid's bow, a little bit around your lips, to your chin, to the top of your forehead right in the center, and then along the bridge of your nose. That's more if you're looking for some intense contouring and you are trying really to manipulate the light, which I personally don't like to do on just kind of an everyday. But when I'm going out, yes. So we'll do that sort of advanced step another day. But for now, we've applied our concealer. Now it's time to blend it out. To do this, I'm going to use my UB Blend Sponge. You can use the brush. I find the sponge is a little bit easier for this purpose. It's super soft, and once you get it nice and wet, you'll see how wet my sponge is right now, right? I can actually squeeze water out of it. That's maybe a little too much water, but you want to make sure that your sponge is wet, and that gives you maximum blending capacity with your sponge and helps you blend out this concealer, which now has gotten a little bit tacky because I'm talking too much. So gently take your sponge, pat it under the eye to blend out the concealer, and it looks a little something like this. The other benefit of using a sponge is that it picks up excess product and deposits it where it needs to go. So if you have if you've applied it a little bit unevenly, it'll kind of pick up from heavy places and put it down in the sort of light application areas so that it becomes more even and uniform. Okay, so I blended that side out. And now I'm going to go on this side and do the same. You can see just gentle and easy. And there you have it. So the product is now blended out. We have used a creamy concealer, which means that if you touch your face or you know, brush your face against your clothes or a jacket or something like that, it is probably going to smear. It'll get all over the place, all over. To prevent that and to make sure that the product gets locked in and lasts all day, we need to use a nice translucent setting powder. That's what this is for. You can obviously go without the setting powder, and I've done it. I usually regret it, but the setting powder will keep it looking good and locked in all day. So you see in the cap of my setting powder, there, I have added, oh gosh, my nails are a disaster right now. Anyway, but I have added just a little bit of setting powder there. And I'm going to take, again, my same UV Blend Sponge without changing it, without drying it or cleaning it, just as it is. And I'm going to tap the tip of that sponge right into the product, right? So you see just right there. Blow off the excess. And go ahead and just gently press it over the concealer so that you can lock the product in. And don't worry if you have a little bit of excess there, that's fine. We will take care of that in our next step. All right, so I've pressed it in there on top of the concealer. I'm going back in. Again, I'm not cleaning it, I'm not changing it, I'm not switching it, nothing. Same tool, dip it right back into the cap, right into the powder, and then press on the other side gently. And I did a pretty good job on the first side. On the second side, I might have used a little bit much. You can see it there, right? So what I'm gonna do to clean this up is I'm going to switch from my blend sponge to, I have a buff brush right here. I'm gonna switch it out, snap it in, slide it on, and I'm just going to gently brush away any excess powder that's still sitting there on my face so that I don't look entirely crazy. And then we have it on that side. And again, this side I had a little bit more, so I'm just gonna sweep and brush it away. And there you have it. And that's it. It's that simple. Just a few steps to get a brightness under the eye so you can look alive, look alert during the day. Super simple to do, obviously at home as you're getting ready for your day and chasing the kids around and answering emails, or right after the gym or after work on your way out to happy hour. Hope you enjoyed this Tuesday tip and hope it provided you some useful information. See ya.